Hello world, welcome to Between Rags and Riches, the community where we improve our financial fitness and we put effort over excuses. My name is Raynard Halbert. I'm a 27-year-old entrepreneur, and in this video, we're going to talk about my experiences with quitting my job and a few things that you should consider before actually taking that jump, that leap of faith and quitting your job. So stay tuned. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. New videos are going to be coming out every Friday and Monday. Let's get to it. Okay, so like I said, first, we're going to talk about my personal experience quitting my job, which I'm not going to lie, like, oh my goodness. I hope that everybody gets to experience that type of, that level of liberation. It was just so empowering. Just being able to do that, being able to say, hey, I don't work for you anymore. I'm going to call my own shots. I'm going to make my own rules. I'm going to make my own decisions. I'm going to make my own money. I'm standing 10 toes down and I'm going to make things happen for myself. But let's get into the actual, the actual story. So I was working for General Motors, and I was also taking a course by Ty Lopez called Social Media Marketing Agency, where basically he teaches you how to promote social media and digital marketing for small businesses, startup companies, other entrepreneurs. That was the main focus. He also taught you how to level up and do it for large corporations, but the main focus was small businesses and small brands, because typically those are the people that really need the most help with their marketing, especially when they're first starting out. So big shout out to Ty Lopez. He has a lot of great content. Go check him out. So the Social Media Marketing Agency, I was taking the course, and prior to that, I've actually had years of experience as a network marketer and a digital marketer. So I've done the whole MLM thing. I've done the whole making income online through different forms, blogs, vlogs, helping people build websites. So I've been doing that since 2011, I believe. So with all that prior experience, the Social Media Marketing Agency, it was just a fit because I had all this knowledge about social media, but I didn't know what to do with it. So Ty Lopez gave me a way to monetize it, which is when I started my first LLC. So I filed for my LLC, I'm taking the course, I'm learning all this stuff. And I said, you know what, it got to a point to where I decided I just really wanted to take that leap of faith and dive into it. Now, like I said, the second part of this video, I'm gonna actually go over some logical bullet points, some things that you should really consider before quitting your job, but I'm just telling you what I did, right? I took the social media marketing course, finished that, and then I started kind of talking to people about the concept. I was getting a lot of good feedback. I didn't have any kids at the time, and I did have a few other sources of income. So with me not having any kids, with me having other income, I was willing to take that risk and to just make that jump, because the job I was at, it was a good job. It really was a good job. I was working at General Motors, an assembly plant out of Winsfield, Missouri. So it was actually a pretty good job. No shade, no diss to them whatsoever. But it wasn't fulfilling. I knew that I didn't want to be there in 5 years. I knew that I had other things that I wanted to do, and it just didn't align with my goals and my purpose. It wasn't, congruent with what I actually wanted to accomplish with my life. So I'm getting to the point in my life where I really want to build a foundation. I was 25 at the time, and I'm like, yo, man, like, I've got enough money saved up. I've got this, I've pretty much got an idea of what I want to do. I'm just gonna jump, I'm just gonna do it. And I went in, I quit my job, and then after that, that's when I started really focusing full time on my business. The reason I quit, I probably should have said this earlier, right? But the reason why I quit is because the hours. There was just too much, it was taking too much time for me building my brand, and I didn't have the time nor the energy in order to really, put the gas into it and really start focusing and hammering down and draft my business plan, draft my legal documents, start really getting out there and networking and going to different networking events and getting clients, which is exactly what I did after I quit. But that was the biggest thing for me. I had other forms of income. I was single, no kids, so no real responsibilities. So me, I'm not afraid to take risks. I'm not afraid to learn, right? You learn through experience, and I knew that. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna take this risk. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna quit my job, and even if it doesn't work out, at least I have this experience, and I know what it's like. Because there are so many things that you need to consider. There's so many questions that you won't know to ask until you actually do it. You know, like it's like you don't know what to ask about until you're at least exposed to something, either through experience or through somebody else's experience. But even with that, like typically you grow better organically through your own experience. So don't be afraid to take that jump. You know, if you do want to quit your job, like I said, we're about to jump into the second part where I give you some solid bullet points as to knowing if you should quit your job or not. So, what are some things that you should consider before you quit your job? First and foremost, you want to make sure that you have a proven business plan, that you have a proven business strategy in order to actually be able to sustain your income. You don't want to quit your job with absolutely zero income, zero clientele, zero leads, no foundation, no consumer base. That's not the ideal way to quit your job, because what you're going to wind up doing, you're going to be even more stressed out because now you have nothing under you. Now, going into the second point, you do want to make sure that you have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses off to the side. You know, you want to have a little money to the side, not even an emergency fund, like on top of the emergency fund. You want to make sure that you have enough money to the side to be able to sustain your living, because in the beginning, especially, your business is going to be very unstable. You know, it's not very solid just yet. It probably hasn't even been a year yet. So you don't know how things are going to go. You have no experience, nothing prior to say, oh, during this time of the year, I normally make between this much and this much, so I know how to set my budget. You have no budget. You have no idea. You know, you're in the beginning phases. So you want to have some money to the side, and you want to keep that in mind. Like, you might be passionate about it. Everybody might be excited about it. But just because everybody's excited about it doesn't mean that they're going to pay you. Just because everybody's excited about it doesn't mean that it's really going to be a good fit for them. And that doesn't mean that there's going to be something that you actually want to do long term. You know, there were a lot of things about my social media marketing agency that I thought that I would like and I thought that I was good at, but I really didn't. So that's just something to keep in mind. Like, you want to have multiple streams of income. A lot of entrepreneurs, they come on here and they preach, oh, fire your boss, be your own boss, quit your 9 to 5. Why are you still filing a W-2? When in all honesty, like, it's just another form of income. There's nothing wrong with having a job. There's nothing wrong with working for somebody else in the transition point or in conjunction with or on the way to work for yourself. That's completely fine. Plus, it can definitely help if you're working in a field that's relevant to what you want to do. So like me, let's say I wanted to start my own, like with me with a social media marketing agency, if I was working for a press company or a media company prior to that, that experience would have been relevant to what I was doing. I would have stayed at that job a lot longer just to gain more experience, just to sharpen my skills. So when I do it for myself, I'm already solid. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to keep this really short and simple, just talk about my experience and give you a few bullet points, a few solid things that you need to consider before you quit your job. Have you ever quit your job before? Or have you ever considered quitting your job? Comment down below. You know, you don't have to write a full paragraph. I know you probably don't want to write a full paragraph, but I do want to have some interaction and I do want to network and build a community. So comment down below just really briefly if you've ever considered quitting your job or the biggest motivating factor for quitting your job. If you made it this far through the video, I thank you so very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe. Like I said, every Monday and Friday, new videos are going to be coming out. So thank you. Stay focused. And remember, effort over excuses. We're building wealth over here. We're not building a list of complaints as to why you can't do it. Get up and make it happen.